those breakout performances for the young American out of Fresno. He'll serve. We're ready for play at Cain Arena.
Lovely.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see in this matchup. Ethan Quinn's going to try to serve the forehand a bit more of Mensik. That's the side that he can get a few shorter balls on and look to attack. And for Mensik, he's going to attack the backhand of Ethan Quinn. He's going to try to make Ethan beat him from that wing and then run him to the forehand when it's available.
Pretty brutal start here for the American, and Mensik will grab 3 break chances as a result. That is about as close as you can get on that second serve miss. When you got 2 unforced errors in these first 3 points, that is the danger when you do elect to serve, that you might come out a little bit slow.
There's the mistake off the forehand that he's going to be targeting there. Jakub Mensik and looking to really get a little bit more juice off of that wing, faster with the wrist.
Very comfortable. If he's serving well, obviously can compete with anyone, and that forehand is 4th biggest, heaviest on tour in 2025 behind Fis, Medjedovic, and Basilashvili. So it has a lot of action on it.
Wow, that's good sting to it.
Yep. Oh, there's that meaty forehand indeed.
Yeah, that is a massive forehand right there. And it's interesting because, as I said before, when speaking with the coaches for Mensik, they said, we want to go into the backhand. We want to make him generate from that side, Ethan Quinn. But then if you don't hit it with enough juice and give him more time, he's going to be able to pummel that forehand. That is huge.
And that's where a lot of work with Franco Herrero has paid off, because he's able to get to a few more forehands in that ad corner now here in 2026. Coach Brian Garber sitting up in the stands, interestingly, instead of in the coach's box. Too good, says Ethan Quinn. As mentioned, that backhand is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. And Ethan Quinn, you know, he's been working on the transition game, looking to get in a little bit more. But Mensik, so athletic, great use of the left leg to get it down there.
Bit of a mishit off that forehand side. It's going to be a fourth chance here for Mensik. Quinn in his second round match with Hurkacz. 12 forehands that landed square on the baseline. Just causing all sorts of problems, just really generating incredible amounts of depth off that side. The double will do it. So Mensik does grab the opening break. We're off and running.
Yeah, 2 double faults in that game for Ethan Quinn, helping Jakub Mensik there. But you can already see the game plans for both of them.
Yep. Brian Garber was sitting up in the stands. You see Brad Stein as well. Garber is the main coach. Brad Stein has kind of overseen some development. Brad also lives in Fresno, which is where Ethan Quinn is from. Of course, Coach Tommy Paul as well, also a commentator, so he's got all sorts of different roles.
Yeah, our colleague as well. But yeah, you mentioned Brian Garber started working with Ethan Quinn as soon as he turned pro.
Decent college career at Georgia.
Yeah, decent. Just winning a national title, no big deal.
No big deal. Missed out on all the NIL money back in the States, though, by 1 year.
I wish I could go back to college.
Jakub Mensik, no doubt that he was going to turn pro pretty quickly. Serves here, 1-love.
Yeah, Jakub Mensik works with his coach Thomas Yusufis. Did his preseason training. You see Thomas there in the black hat. Mensik doing his preseason training in Tenerife for 3 weeks. There in Tenerife, it was anywhere between 85 to 90 degrees and the same surface as here in Australia. They had the green set. They actually came down to resurface the courts right before his preseason. Iri Lehechka joined Mensik there in Tenerife.
Memory serves, they used to have a challenge.
Yeah, I think so, and it was at the Tenerife Tennis Academy. He was doing some work with Paul Alum, who works with Golden Set Analytics.
Yeah, very heavy into data.
Yes.
Is Mensik. Uses it to kind of analyze his own patterns so that he does not become too predictable. Return has been a work in progress. Sorry, the return has been a work in progress for Ethan.
The return's been a work in progress, and I think you'll see Ethan kind of move around different spots in the box, sometimes up close, sometimes further back, showing Mensik different looks. That's what you want to do when you're playing a guy with such a big serve.
Consolidates pretty quickly, does Jakub Mensik. 2-love here in the opener. Third on tour last year in aces was Mensik. Already won in the books here tonight. Averaging 13 plus, I should say. Of course, it was in 3 sets on tour, so certainly has that capability of being in that range of 6-7%. Not surprisingly, a little bit more on these faster courts. So taking out of a hole right now is the American Ethan Quinn at love 2.
Yeah, I think Quinn got a big delivery as well. He averages 7 aces a match. And if it's not an ace, he can get a lot of short replies off of the big serve. And once again, been working on that transition game, getting up to the ball quickly.
Of course, gained a decent amount of notoriety for that giant Nobu bill. The credit card roulette, it was $3,600.
I think he's made some money now to cover it.
To that end, he has made $327,750.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
He's all right. Everything is covered at this stage. He's been going back to Nobu,
as he should.
After
Same
the
waiter.
night before. Yeah, you got to stick with traditions, you know. Caught the line. Yeah, that is explosive there from Quinn.
Yeah,
It's short box, my word.
Sure was. And when speaking with Brian Garber yesterday, he said Ethan feels great physically. Both matches were in straight sets. He had 2 months at home, did Ethan Quinn, in this preseason. They started about November 10th, so they got a good 2 months of preseason work to be ready for these contests.
Also did something last year, did Quinn, that not too many Americans have been willing to do over the last couple of years. Instead of where he was in the rankings, he could have played some of the green clay challengers back in the States. He chose to spend the entire spring on the red clay, knew it was going to be best for his big picture development. And that tells you a lot about who he is and what his dreams are here over the next couple of years.
Game win.
Gets on the board, but some damage has already been done. Mensik 2-1 in the first. Early days on Kia Arena. I've only made one Nobu appearance so far during this trip. I don't have.
Where was my invite? I haven't been yet. We might have.
I was invited by somebody who was going to treat. So
okay,
I
got
said,
you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't beat Nobu, and I like the fact that he continues to go back. It's been a winning quality so far.
He's taken his girlfriend Sydney, who's made the trip down here as well every single night. She's been doing day in the life TikToks over the last couple of days as well, because that's what people do now.
Well, it's funny, when I was speaking with Brad Stein, he said it's a little bit different. You know, Ethan Quinn's making TikToks, and Tommy Paul and his fiance are creating foundations.
Yeah, Sydney right in the middle there. Riley, the agent for Ethan Quinn, on the left. Yeah, Sydney's been a really good presence, a former gymnast at the University of Georgia.
Go Bulldogs.
I think it's just go Dogs.
Well, it's Georgia Bulldogs, isn't it?
It's
come on.
go Dogs.
Okay, go both. Go Dogs.
It's the tangerine looking Jakub Mensik serving here 2-1.
When speaking with the analytics, Paul Allen with Golden Set Analytics, he said the biggest thing that they've noticed with Jakub Mensik, if he's serving over 60% for serve percentage and winning 75% of those points, he's tough to beat. So that quality, the aim there is trying to get over the 60% first serve. And as you can see there, that big delivery, a lot of the returns come short, and he's able to clean up.
I will say I don't think I needed analytics to agree with that. But last year, to that point, 59% was his average. He ended up winning 78% of those first serve points. So certainly has a lot of action on that serve.
I think again, the biggest thing they were speaking about was he's so used to playing short points. So they want to work on him being able to do better in the 5+ rallies, right? Being able to hang in there, keep the racket head speed up on the forehand side, and hang in the longer points.
Yeah, he's done very well against the big hitters over the last couple of years, but facing an Alex de Minaur, that's always been a real problem.
Quick game there for Jakub Mensik, and also you can see there in the blue shirt Brett Hopton with Gata Analytics. Jakub Mensik's done a lot of work with Gata Analytics and now has also brought in Golden Set. So kind of a collaborative effort at the moment.
The more data, the more better.
There's Brett Hobden there. He used to coach Tommy Haas. He and Gordon Euling are the owners of Gata Analytics.
It's kind of a new world in that regard, right? And the interesting thing, I think, you know, we come from America baseball, so much analytics in that sport. Well, the one thing I was going to say, though, is for a lot of casual fans, it's a little bit too much numbers, and maybe it's kind of bored, you know, made baseball a little bit more boring. That's the question, obviously, when it comes to tennis as well over the next couple of years, how that will work.
And I think it comes down to your coaching style as well. Thomas Yusufis, the coach of Jakub Mensik, loves dialing into the numbers. He doesn't give all those numbers to Mensik, but the important ones. And for Ethan Quinn and Brian Garber, they use the USTA and their analytics, so get the information before matches from the USTA.
Sometimes the numbers are simple. Right now, Ethan Quinn just 4 of 9 on his first serves. Or excuse me, 9 of 18. I was looking at the wrong numbers there. 9 of 18, 50%. He's a guy also needs to be in that 60% range to be really effective with what he can do in that area of the game.
Good dipper there from Jakub Mensik. And once again, spoke about how Mensik's going to try to go into the backhand more of Ethan Quinn. But when I spoke with Brian Garber, he said, look, we want Ethan to stay in that backhand cross-court rally, show him that he's able to do it and he's going to get depth there, and then wait for the right one to look for the forehand and come into the net. But what a good pass that was from Mensik, getting it low.
Another tester for him at 30 all. That is double fault number 3.
Yeah, his first service game, he had 2 double faults, and now in this game, a double fault to set up a break point for Jakub Mensik.
I mean, a lot of this has been self-inflicted. There's just no way around that.
The double faults and the unforced errors as well. 11 unforced errors.
So an opportunity for Mensik to run away with this first set. Yeah, that's unforced error number 12, and Mensik thrilled with it. It's all Mensik right now. He leads 4-1.
Time.
Well, the AO shop is where you can purchase all of your souvenirs from the 2026 Australian Open. All of the apparel, hats, towels, souvenirs, the water drop bottles that you're seeing on court for all of the players. You can get those engraved here on site. But for you at home, just scan that QR code and grab a towel, a shirt, and some of the apparel here from the 2026 Australian Open. Mensik here, 4-1.
Oh, that must have just caught the back of the line there.
Mr. Quinn is requesting it.
And in these longer rallies, Jakub Mensik has been the one winning them so far. That's what he's been trying to work on in the preseason, is being able to last longer, have better ball tolerance in the 5+ rallies.
Gets a breakdown on the Mensik side as that one misses by maybe an inch or so.
Yeah, only 2 unforced errors right now from Jakub Mensik. He has been very tidy so far.
But yeah, at this stage, when you're down 2 breaks, it's about just kind of solidifying yourself, just getting back into a little bit of momentum and building towards the second. If something quirky happens, so be it, but just make sure you're getting back to that level you're expecting.
Yeah, and I like that move there from Ethan Quinn, but a little bit further back on the second serve just showed Jakub Mensik a different look, and that ended up making Mensik have to go for something a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I was actually courtside for Quinn's 3rd round match against Talon Griekspoor in Roland Garros last year, and he really struggled to find that ability to change when he couldn't find return points, and so it's good to see him already looking for that early in this one. Good one. So this is kind of what we're talking about, right? Solidifying yourself, and here are 2 chances.
Yes, exactly. And as Coach Brian Garber talked about how they actually are work on having Ethan Quinn a little bit further back behind the baseline, and then he can generate pace and win points based on that. There you see Brian Garber there, win points based on the pace from the ground, as he was able to do there and come forward.
To a wide open court, well done. And yeah, it feels like he's also looking to draw Ethan forward just a little bit. We've seen a couple of those mid-court shots, and it's not a bad play at all.
Yeah, I think it's great variation. You know, we've been speaking about how hot it is anyway, still at 96 degrees. And, you know, you want your opponent to move side to side, but also bring them up and back. That wears out the legs as well.
This.
That is a decent first volley, Nick.
Yeah, that's a sweet variation there from Jakub Mensik. We know how big he can serve and how often he's going to get short balls to come forward. So to mix in this serve and volley, he knew the return was going to come low. He got down almost knee to the ground on that first volley. That was just how you teach it.
Yeah, second of the game for him, second of the day as well. Bit reminiscent of Quinn's opening service game. Just a couple of mistakes early, giving the opponent the opportunity, a double fault to continue it.
And that's those short balls that he gets up to very quickly, Jakub Mensik. You see 9 winners there, 4 off the forehand.
So surviving his first test of the day is Jakub Mensik. 5-1, consolidating this second break. 6-minute game. So some inroads for the American, but Mensik able to shut it down. And again, they played twice. All 4 sets have gone the way of Mensik. 6-1 in Madrid, 4-2 in Cincinnati. Trying to stay in the set now. 1-5.
15 left.
Yeah, and that's the wide serve there that Ethan Quinn started out the match using, wanting to try to spread the court.
Looks like that woman up in the stands might have had a souvenir. I mean, we're right next to a ball change, right?
That's true. Might as well just
let
take
him have it.
Yeah. Got plenty of tennis balls.
Especially in Game 7. It's fine. Perfect. Absolutely perfect on the lob. The touch for Mensik.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a chess match there. Ethan Quinn saw Mensik further back on that second serve return, so he decided to serve and volley. And Mensik doing a good job here. Fast wrist to get that lob up and down.
That first serve.
And even in a moment like that, Nick, he's getting the ball that he wants, that short ball off the backhand wing.
Yeah, that's the short ball that exactly that he wants, and even though he missed it, he'll continue to have that fast racket head speed. He's been tidy on the forehand, Mensik.
Second hold of the day, but this set has been all Mensik. He'll try to shut it down here in a moment. Well, it's a beautiful night, if you don't mind sweating.
I mean, look at that skyline. What else do you want in a city? Absolutely love Melbourne. The energy is impeccable.
Mensik also been pretty close to impeccable as well, serving for the set now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He has won every single point on his first serve, 9 of 9.
Yeah, not really much to complain about here for Mensik. It has just been so solid. Second ace. It's the 5 unforced errors at this stage. Clean living and getting again those short ball that he keeps looking for off that backhand wing.
The RPMs on the forehand have increased. That's what they've been working on over the offseason. And it sets up a few set points here.
To close it down. Impressive first set for the 16 seed. Mensik 6-2.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What an impressive set of tennis that was in 32 minutes. Firepower. Yeah, for Ethan Quinn, that's the first set that he's lost here at the Australian Open. He was 6-0 in sets, but maybe wanting to get off to a good start here as he was there. That's a big serve into the body.
I'm going to just ask you about that strategy that Brian Garber told you about, staying in that backhand rally. Do you want to see him maybe trying to get a couple more forehands, be a little bit more aggressive in that runaround?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to feel it out still, staying in that backhand rally and seeing if he's going to get a ball that he can run around. For the most part, Jakub Mensik's done a good job of getting it back deep cross court. It hasn't really given him many chances to run around.
Top of it, I think that return component is going to be really important. I think back to that match against Griekspoor in Paris last year, where he was just really struggling to make Griekspoor work. And we're seeing kind of the same thing, despite the fact that Mensik served it 39%. So that is a troubling sign for the American, who does have game points here. Better start this time. Hold to love to get us off and running.
Yeah, neither player is really serving all that well right now. Ethan Quinn, 47% in the match, and Jakub Mensik at 39. So both guys still trying to find that service rhythm.
The winner, as we mentioned, likely, I think at this stage, we'd say likely to get Novak Djokovic. 2 sets to love, 5-all in the third set with Bodik van de Zandschulp.
And Djokovic 6-3, 6-4, 5-all at Rod Laver Arena. So
Certainly has been an interesting day. Some drama, of course, with Elliot Spizzirri and Jannik Sinner. And the heat rules. But glad to be playing again here late into the night. Mensik at love 1.
Yeah, you mentioned Elliot Spizzirri. Just so good to see so many college players out here playing in the third round. We mentioned 25 college players in the draw. So you had Spizzirri playing today from Texas, Shelton playing Vacheros, a little Florida, Texas A&M battle. And you have the Georgia Bulldog out here, Ethan Quinn, just showing that the college boys can play.
Shelton was asked about it in press the other day and just said, listen, college tennis makes you a dog. You have to compete for every point. You're fighting for your brothers in that scenario, and now you just kind of take that with you on tour.
Yeah, and you get a chance to play 2 or 3 matches a week, right? You're playing a lot of matches, a lot of practice. That's why you see him doing well.
So that's the other play, right? To be able to take that backhand line to get to the forehand trade.
Right, exactly. And you see Jakub Mensik then use the forehand line so that he could go back into the cross-court rally. And Quinn tried to go down the line there, but that is the play that Mensik wants. He's either going to go backhand cross or forehand line to stay to that backhand.
Going to have a slew of unreturned serves along with quite a few aces as well, no doubt. He's made all of his serves so far in this second set. He says right before the double fault. There's nobody. That's the one thing where I can claim I'm the best in the world.
I was going to say, I mean, you're a pro at that. Pro at commentating and a pro at that as well.
I can curse just about anybody if I need to. Still a game point, though. Yeah, another really good body serve to get the short ball put away nicely. 1-all. See Brian Garber there with some words of encouragement. He talks often about that idea of what he calls find your 7. And that's the emotional and mental output so that Ethan doesn't get too low on those components and doesn't get too high. Just find that nice, calm 7 so you're able to find a way through. And that's really being tested at this moment with the quality on the other side of the net. 1-all. Could say find your 7, but also just find that forehand a little bit more. It's when he's not clicking on that forehand side, it can be real trouble.
Yeah, just a little bit more spin to get that ball up and down. Most of them that we've seen have been long, maybe a little bit more shape to it.
Almost takes out one of the
almost took out Brett Hopton with God Analytics there. Speaking of quality body serves, pretty good on the second. Yeah, that's a great body serve there. He's been using that one 57% of the time, deep in the box. Mensik couldn't get around it, got his hands tied up.
30-15.
Yeah, not to serve right there. Ethan Quinn has used 75% of the time in the match already. That wide serve on the deuce side. So that has been his target, to target that forehand. It's starting to calibrate.
Body serve, his body return, I should say, has been so important through this tournament because of the speed of these courts.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes when you target a certain serve too many times the forehand, Mensik's starting to get a feel of that, right? He's starting to get a rhythm there. He's gone over 70% to that forehand on the deuce and the ad side, so need to mix in a few more to the body, I would say. Or to the backhand. Just get your returner thinking something different and not sitting on the forehand. And right there, caught him off balance. Smart serving there from Quinn.
With a little bit of pace as well at 210.
And there we go. Great change up to the backhand.
So a couple holds here for Ethan Quinn to start this second set. We are on serve at 2-1. Sometimes, though, there are tough matchups for a player, and already we're seeing Mensik with a couple of wins over Ethan. Now another set very handily in the books. What do you do when you have those matchups that just don't seem to click for you? How do you turn that around?
Yeah, and look, I mean, Mensik's coming in with a lot of confidence in this matchup, like you said. I mean, beating him twice last year and having a clear game plan of what he's wanted to do. You know, attacking that backhand is something he's comfortable doing, using his forehand line, Mensik. So, you know, then you just have to change up certain things. I mean, when Brian Garber, we spoke yesterday, he said, I want to see a little bit of serve and volley. Want to see Ethan coming forward a little bit more. So just being maybe a little bit more unpredictable.
Time.
Under the lights here tonight. It's going to be a later finish on some of the outer courts than initially expected due to the heat delays earlier. Got the entertainment going. Headed towards some pretty big shows next weekend. Kid Leroy, Renee Rapp, among others.
Patti LaBelle on Thursday.
It's not bad. Mensik, 1-2.
You know, we mentioned the preseason for Mensik in Tenerife at the Tenerife Tennis Academy. Yuri Lehechka was there for 3 weeks. Ethan Quinn did his preseason with Tommy Paul, Francis Tiafoe, Riley Opelka, a lot of great players. Elliot Spazziri was there as well in December. Great practice that both of these players had over the preseason. One thing that Mensik did throughout that preseason was each week they played 3 out of 5 sets, 2 of the days each week. So he and Lehechka would train with their coach and then get at least 2 days of 3 out of 5 sets each week.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We're kind of waiting for that breakout at a slam for him.
Yep.
It is a bit odd, you know, thinking about it. Well, Masters champion without a second week appearance. But he was also one of the youngest ever, 5th youngest ever to win a Masters title. Plenty of room to grow. Also dealt with some knee and foot issues down the stretch last year. And yeah, finding some frustration right now from Ethan Quinn, as well as he knows he needs to start making some dents and inroads on this serve from Jakub Mensik.
Yeah, and he sees that Jakub Mensik is very dialed in. Only 7 unforced errors, and for Ethan Quinn has 18. So the shot tolerance so far from Jakub Mensik has been there. Ethan Quinn trying to find some answers now.
Ethan, of course, very close with Tommy Paul. And there's some similarities in that it's taken both of them just a little bit of time to get to that idea of being where they want to be. Paul took 3-4 years before he started making that run. For Quinn, he's been pretty honest about that understanding of what it means to be a professional. Said he kind of needed a reality check, really struggled at the challenger level for a couple of years. Ethan had the misfortune of following Ben Shelton as NCAA collegiate singles champion. Ben obviously able to make that big run early. Took Ethan just a couple more years, and it's very similar to Tommy Paul, right? He saw Taylor Fritz and Francis Tiafoe and Riley Opelka make those big jumps, and it took him some time. So Ethan has certainly relied on Tommy's experience in that regard.
Yeah, and you mentioned last summer and last April when Ethan went over to Europe to play the ATP qualies instead of the green clay challengers in the States, and that just shows the big picture mindset that he already had for himself. And by playing Carlos Alcaraz in Barcelona, even though he lost, that opened his eyes to, I can play with the big boys.
I think that could have a similar thing today with Elliot Spizzirri.
Yes.
What he was able to do with Jannik Sinner, realizes now I can hit big with the big boys. One of my favorite stories I've heard over the last couple of years, Marcos Giron, who's now had a very good career. He talked about having one match in Los Cabos. He qualified, he was 150 in the world. He's played Del Potro and said he was down a set and a break and said, I'm going to go forehand to forehand with the best forehand in the world. He won the point. It was 5 or 6 forehand trade, and he said it completely changed his mindset.
He said, I'm ready.
Yeah, again, just a quality return on the serve and volley.
Yeah,
Mensik, just incredible finding feet.
Yeah, and I like that play, though, from Ethan Quinn on the serve and volley. Look, it's 40-15. Why not serve and volley here? If you lose the point, it's still 40-30, and it just sends a message to Jakub Mensik that he can't stand further back and get that return in play. He's going to come forward.
Well, no break chances as of yet in this second set. We're just cruising along midway through it at 3-2.
Quinn leads by 3 games to 2.
Quinn going to have a couple of words with Brian Garber there. Brian, new father, 1-year-old at home, his wife Rachel. I hope Rachel's not awake right now.
I know his dad's awake, Bruce Garber. Brian's dad, Bruce Garber, professional hockey coach, will be watching.
15.
So we'll say hello to Bruce.
Yeah, good man, Brian.
Did it in the last game when I brought my forehand up and down mine and came in, but we both said that's fine.
Tommy and I, yeah.
Spent a lot of time with him at the challenger level over the last couple of years. Has also worked with Alex Kovacevic. He's also been helping with JJ Wolf as JJ is trying to come back from pretty serious shoulder surgery.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And I think that was the right play. He waited for the right opportunity to come in. Just need to stick that volley down at the service line. Just kind of took his eye off the ball. But that was the right transition one to come in on.
Let's go, E. Come on. Keep digging here.
Nice little dropper there from Ethan Quinn. He's been hitting the approach shot deep and trying to get a volley, and this time he wound up and just went for a little dropper. Caught Mensik off guard.
Oh my, shots fired.
Give me some. On the run. Outside part of the ball. Started with the slice forehand return. It was a big serve. He got it back in play, and then look at that defense.
Oh, he did it again. He did it again. Forehand on the move and a break chance for Quinn.
Oh, he's starting to see the ball like a basketball, those last 2 points. Talk about reading your opponent's racket right here on this short ball. Knew it was going to go cross court. That is too good.
Well, now we've got a match on our hands. Quinn grabs his first break of the day and leads 4-2.
What an unbelievable game right there from Ethan Quinn. That on the run, Pete Sampras forehand down the line. Mensik 1 of 5 on his second serve, points won. Not defending that second serve well, but Ethan Quinn starting to find it.
You know, it's again cliche. It's not a break till you hold, but it's really about continuing to emphasize presence, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And you want to make your first serves here, make Mensik feel pressure. Don't give him second serves that he can dictate on.
And that's actually something that's been a bit of an issue for Ethan early in his career. He used to call himself a mental monkey, meaning he just couldn't really put together and be cohesive with that mental stability.
Yeah, and it looked like, look, the last game, he was taking some deep breaths even after those big shots. He didn't let that moment be too big. He was taking some deep breaths after, resetting. It's good to see.
As he says, he found his 7 for a couple of minutes there. First of the set, 4th of the day, and some trouble now.
15.
Again, 3 missed first serves.
Up and loose at the top here. Come on.
That's a great first ball there after that serve, because that return was right on the baseline. But Ethan Quinn, fast racket head speed to get that one up and down. Once again, Mensik starting to sit on that forehand return, though. That's why he was able to get it through the court so well.
How important is that backhand inside out there on that second ball to kind of set up the point?
Yeah, and you're seeing Mensik starting to get frustrated with his forehand. He wasn't making many mistakes in that first set, and now just pulling off the ball a little bit more off of that forehand wing.
Slippage as well from Mensik, who slipped a little bit on the level. Quinn has turned things around here in this second set. He leads 5-2.
Time.
Well, that aircon still very firmly in full effect as I look down and see temperatures. Again, apologies for us Americans who use Fahrenheit. 91 degrees still just after 10 o'clock, 1 hour on the clock. So, you know, listen, all of the hydration today and last night has been very important for these guys. It's Mensik serving to stay in at 2-5.
Listen, you mentioned the heat, and we've seen, you know, the cramping from Jannik Sinner and other players. So they're fortunate, these two guys, to having the match start at 9 p.m.
Yeah, it really felt like Sinner got himself in a pickle in those hot, humid conditions today. Just better depth and controlling things, because Mensik has gotten himself into some trouble himself, just a little bit short right on the tee, allowing Quinn to find some better forehands the last couple of games.
Yeah, the last few games, Mensik's forehand has been kind of landing more in the center of the court, a little bit shorter, and Ethan Quinn's been able to dictate. He's got to get back to some depth, Jakub Mensik.
Sneaks in a little serve and volley himself, and again, same thing, right? Keeping Quinn honest.
Yeah, I mean, I love that play at 30 love. Look, a serve volley at 30 love, 40 love. Even if you lose the point, you're still in the game. You're sending a message that you're going to come forward. Ethan Quinn read it well, though.
Listen, it's getting late even for Thomas Sweeney there. Got a little ahead of himself.
He needs a latte.
I mean, it's good lattes here. It's
Very
the best,
good.
one of the best coffee cities in the world. I had to say one of, or else the Italians are going to get into my mentions.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen a variation from Ethan Quinn on the return, which I like. We've seen some chip forehands just to get that first serve back in play. And then we've seen some second serves where he's moved back, give himself time, dictate with the forehand. I like that variation from Ethan Quinn so far.
At the back of the line, so the ace for Mensik to force the issue. Got a ball change as well here at 5-3, so both guys getting new sticks out of the bag. The winner will indeed get Novak Djokovic. His 400th Grand Slam win tonight.
Wow. The GOAT. He looked good. He looked good in his match, that's for sure.
Did have one rather scary situation. Hit a ball in frustration that came very close to a ball kid. You'll be seeing that on social media quite a bit. It's Ethan Quinn serving for the set at 5-3. Listen, we have to talk about it. One of his last 7 first serves from Quinn since that break, and was very lucky to escape the last service game. Needs to find the first serves here.
Jakub Mensik's done a great job on the passing shots of getting them low. He's made Ethan Quinn have to hit some tough volleys from there. Looking for a 2-shot pass, only needed 1. Just what the doctor ordered there for Ethan Quinn. That's 4 aces in this set, 5 total for the match.
Ay. 2 doubles in the last couple of games and 2 chances here for Jakub Mensik. Pretty sloppy game out of Ethan Quinn, and Mensik will take advantage of it. We're back on serve, 4-5 in the second. Well, they continue to add just improvement after improvement here. The Australian Open. You know, listen, we had no play on those outer courts, but the opportunity to play inside the 3 stadiums with a roof, including for a grounds ticket, you could get onto Cain Arena and be in there, be comfortable, watch some great tennis as well. But yeah, just an incredible weekend in front of us.
No, an incredible weekend in front of us. And I think I mentioned yesterday, I had someone come up to me and ask, hey, where are the water slides for the kids? They've got about everything for the kids, for the grown-ups, you name it.
Let's see if Jakub Mensik can mirror what he did in the first set, find some first serves when he needs them to get us level. He serves here 4-5.
15.
Back games with an ace. Total of 5 on the night.
Yeah, 3 in this set. There's points like that where you feel like Jakub Mensik has kind of lost the game plan. You know, his game plan was to go into Ethan Quinn's backhand, stay there, make Ethan have to find it. And now some of Mensik's forehands are going in the middle of the court, a little bit shorter, and letting Ethan Quinn unwind on that forehand.
Are you at all worried about the legs, just again with this type of heat?
I don't think so. Not at this moment.
30-15.
Jakub Mensik
14-15.
has only lost 4 points on his first serve all match. It's been clinical once that first serve has gone in.
Yeah, just really easy through that game. And I mean, these are the big moments, right? How you handle the pressure moments really determines your level.
No, that's for sure. And what I've noticed on the backhand for Ethan Quinn over the last couple games, just the feet have gotten stuck. The ball's kind of gotten into his body. Hasn't got enough space around that ball for the backhand. He's got to stay active, Ethan. Now he just wants to steady the ship here.
First serves at a premium, serving just 44% for this set.
Yeah, you say 44% for the set and only 46% for the match. And when you're having to hit so many second serves, you're starting to feel pressure from Mensik with his deep return, and the rest of your game kind of starts to go.
I mean, just melting down from the break up. Third straight game with a double. this has just been a woeful stretch for the American, and again, all from a break up. Mensik now, 3 chances.
Let's go, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Full commitment here. Yep.
Yeah, 9
great point right here. Let's go.
of the last 10 points going the way of the 16th seed. Yeah, good feet, and I mean, just keep talking about the elephant in the room. You can't win without your first serve.
Yeah, and you could hear it from Brad Stein saying, let's get some commitment here. You know, trust yourself, get the feet moving, pick your target and go for it. That's what he was able to do with the forehand there.
Thank you.
That's a great swing off the backhand wing. Really smart play as well.
Yeah, it sure was. I think Jakub Mensik thought he was going to come into his backhand, and
30-40.
short backswing there on the backhand. Realized Mensik had the continental grip, slice. Got in quickly, Ethan Quinn.
Third break chance here for Mensik. A point of the night, and Mensik finds a way through. Great defensive work, and he's made it 4 games on the trot to 6-5. Well, listen, I don't think we want to give Mensik credit here, but just have to put the blame there square on the shoulders of Ethan Quinn.
Yeah, you know, he kept looking over at his coach, Brian Garber, and Brad Stein there and saying, I can't make a first serve. You know, he's kind of lost the rhythm of the serve, not committing to the second serve, as we see most of them landing long and just needing a bit more kick. But then Jakub Mensik taking advantage, right? If you're going to get double faults and you're going to get short second serves, Jakub Mensik has definitely taken advantage of it.
Time.
Well, Jakub Mensik was back against the ropes, but has rattled off 4 straight now with a lot of help on the other side of the net. Now the opportunity to shut it down. Serving for the set at 6-5. That's a good amount of pressure there in that first point to just show intent as well.
Yeah, I just like the fact he keeps coming, Ethan Quinn, even though he's missed a couple volleys that were higher, missed them long, but he's putting pressure on Jakub Mensik, trying to make things happen.
That's an inexcusable miss there, right? Got a little tight to the body.
It did, and you know, look, it's still warm outside. You know, 95 degrees. I believe the ball's moving quickly, so you have to get on top of that ball to bring it down, or else it will sail on you. There's the chip forehand that his coach Brian Garber said he wanted to see him use throughout this night. Just get that return back in play, and especially if you get it in play to the forehand of Mensik. That was the right spot to go to.
Indeed, that backhand world class. The forehand can be a bit up and down. So a little opening here, 15-30.
Jakub Mensik took quite a lot off of that second serve, only 147 kilometers an hour short in the box. Gave Ethan plenty of time to hit that backhand through the court. Now a couple break points for Ethan Quinn.
He is 1 of 3 so far.
That is his bread and butter serve, that out wide serve on the deuce side. Can get it short in the box, typically sets up that short forehand.
Taking an extra second as well here.
Yeah, and he's gone 64% of the time down the tee on this ad side. Will he go there again?
That's one of the bigger returns of the night, and it sets things up for Ethan Quinn, who breaks right back, and a tiebreak to decide this second set.
Yeah, what a strike on this forehand from Ethan Quinn. And he's doing such a good job of recognizing when Jakub Mensik is going to that slice grip, the continental grip, and he's getting in quickly on that volley. He wants the crowd involved. Give me some.
6 games all tiebreak.
But still desperately needs to find that serve right now. The American continues to fall, 42% for this set. Speak of the devil.
1-0 Quinn.
Yeah, just what you call for right there. Ethan Quinn, he's only lost 4 points on his first serve in this set. Only 7 points on the first serve in the entire match. That was a big one there.
Witness.
Yeah, a little bit better in terms of what he wanted to do, clarity of the game plan for Mensik.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ethan didn't go back into the cross-court rally there. Ethan, Jakub Mensik didn't have much on that forehand wing, and kind of the game plan's been to use the backhand cross to set up his forehand.
And then hammered home to get this 2-1 edge.
2-1.
And especially with the margins being so thin, right, at this stage, that inability to find your own pattern, costly.
An absolute cannon there from Ethan Quinn, 205 kilometers an hour.
2-1.
Yeah, it's such a good ball from Quinn to pull Mensik off the court. Just have to find that follow-up, and Mensik grabs the first lead, 3-2.
Yeah, Mensik staying to the backhand there of Ethan Quinn. Used a forehand line, then ran around to go forehand inside out. That's how he started this match, attacking that backhand of Quinn.
Yeah, interesting play. First real tracking drop shot out of Quinn, and I think a couple of those swings caught Mensik off guard.
Yeah, that caught Mensik off guard, but I did like that backhand from Ethan Quinn. More racket head speed on the cross court. He didn't hit it in the middle of the court, on the outside part, and that created the drop shot.
Did not expect this type of cheering for Ethan Quinn here tonight. Listen, one of the last stadiums still in play. Obviously got some doubles following Novak Djokovic with the withdrawal of Naomi Osaka. So a few more fans are making their way over here late into the night.
As you mentioned, ground pass ticket. This is where it's at.
Two of the rising stars on the ATP Tour, the second and third youngest to reach the third round in this year's tournament, both behind Leonard Tien.
You can see a little tension there from Mensik on that forehand. Didn't keep the racket head speed up.
Quinn saying the bounce didn't come true, but regardless, we've got 4 mini breaks in a row here to 4-all.
Yeah, those are better forehands from Mensik, better racket head speed. That last one had great depth on it, just inside the baseline.
Hammers that one home to regain the lead, does Quinn. The set. 211's got some heat to it. It's twice on key points that backhand return. He's gotten very tight to his body, and those feet that you keep talking about.
Yeah, and that's what happens with tension. The feet stop moving. The racket head speed slows down. We've seen some good strikes from Ethan Quinn on that backhand. Just a little nervousness at the moment from both players.
What a shot on the run from Jakub Mensik with a little kiss and grabs the set point.
I mean, I thought this was a great drop shot here. Mensik was a little bit late, but still got there, sliding into it. That is incredible feel.
Well, Jakub Mensik was down and out. Down 5-2 in the run of the set. Down a mini break in the breaker. And he comes through 7-5 and is one set away from the fourth round. At night, temperature still at 90 degrees. It is not exactly comfortable. I also wouldn't say those overheads were comfortable.
Hey, whatever works. Got the ball in the court. Yeah, both of these guys, an hour and 31 minutes in. It is hot conditions for them.
The
unforced error count for Ethan Quinn continues to go up. 38 in total for the match. Jakub Mensik only at 17. More than double for Ethan Quinn.
Yeah, and it's equal on both wings. 15 forehand, 14 backhand. With some doubles mixed in there as well.
Portillo.
And it's one of those situations where, you know, from the side where you are down, you can either go into that woe is me situation that I messed up and didn't close things out when I could, or you can realize that Mensik's level dropped a little bit through that second set and realize the opportunity's still there.
Yeah, you got to remember the fact that you got up 5-2. So you had some chances, and you don't want to look at it as a, oh, I guess I didn't convert. It's like, okay, I'm playing good enough tennis to do that again. Let's make Jakub Mensik come up with the goods.
Especially considering the straight set wins over Griekspoor, over Hurkacz over the last few days.
Massive wins.
But Mensik certainly has that capability of shutting things down on his terms. He gets a hold to start this third set. Mike Cain, Nick Monroe join you here late into the night, 10:34 local time.
Hey, you know, one of the keys for Ethan Quinn coming into this matchup was to try to dominate with pace from the ground and stay in the backhand cross-court rallies, but just too many unforced errors. He hasn't been able to find that rhythm to be able to dominate from the ground. He's been missing long and feeling pressure from Mensik and his shot tolerance.
We only had one come from behind from 2 sets to love down. That, of course, being Daniil Medvedev yesterday over Fabian Marochan.
One adjustment pattern that I realized Ethan Quinn made in that second set was where he was serving. In the first set, he was going 70% to the forehand on both sides. In the second set, it was more 50-50 to the forehand and the backhand, keeping Mensik more honest. And I feel like that's why he was having better success on his serve. So let's see if he continues to keep mixing it up.
Love.
Got a total of 7 now on the night.
Quinn.
It's not exactly the intent, but the always popular apologize and fist bump.
I think that's where you got to have a little smile and just kind of enjoy this moment right now. I think the more he can kind of relax a little bit as well, that'll loosen up the arm and play a little bit more free.
And I don't think he's played loose and free from the jump. I go back to that opening game, right? The couple of doubles put himself into a love 40 hole.
Yeah, you can almost feel the tension from him.
Let's listen. Love 15.
Back-to-back games with 1. And in 3 of the last 4 service games, in fact. Never a good sign when you see a player trying to sort out their swing path in a match.
Jakub Mensik now at 6 aces in total.
You brought up that statistic that they look for, 60%. He's at 52 for the night, but he is at the metric he wants on win percentage at first, 76%.
That's not the pattern that he wants right there, where he runs around to hit the forehand and goes inside in, because then that opens up Ethan to hit it cross. If you're Jakub Mensik, you want to stay inside out, go to the backhand of Ethan Quinn, stay in control.
He likes to stay unpredictable, but sometimes predictable will work.
Yep. The 1-2 combination right there.
40,
wide,
30.
short forehand, open court. He gets so many replies off of that serve short. He's ingrained that in his mind on that fast step to get up to that ball.
Let this serve.
Backhand just has been leaking, and Mensik able to take advantage. On serve early in the third. Mensik up in front 2-1. Ball kid change right now out on court as well, and it's been a tough day for them as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hot day for everyone involved, especially the ball kids having to be on court, and then also for the ball kids having to wait the 5 hours to go back out on the outer courts. So it's been trying to stay cool for everybody.
I definitely have seen the water fountains around the grounds have been very popular places here today, and the misting fans. Some really good places to stay cool on a miserable day, and we've got another one upcoming on Tuesday. Well, it's a long way back for the American tonight as Jakub Mensik able to shut down Ethan Quinn every time he's had a bit of a head of steam. The Fresno, California native will serve here at 1-2.
Yeah, and that's something that's gone for Ethan Quinn, is that serve. That's 7 double faults now. I just feel like I'd like to see him maybe even go some second serves into the body. He's been going a lot to the corners. Bring the targets in. See if you go in the box and then start spreading from there.
I'd also like to see him take a little bit off on the first serves to just get that percentage back up.
Yeah, like he did there, you know, and get that kick serve in on the first serve. That'll also lead to trusting the kick on the second serve.
Oh, it's just clean as could be. And Quinn deciding to take that ball early, but just hitting right into the strike zone.
Yeah, Ethan Quinn, once he ran off the court, I mean, it was going to be hard for him to pull this one inside in for a winner, so he gave himself some space inside out, but Jakub Mensik has seen that before. I always like that play as well, that approach through the middle of the court. Typically, guys will move one way or the other on a short ball like that because they know you're going to go for a corner. But if you go down the middle of the court, a lot of times it's a clean winner, just like that.
This is a big moment here in this match. 30-all. Quinn struggling to find consistency on the first serves.
Good depth there from Ethan Quinn. Could hear his feet screeching in the back of the court there. Some extra steps to get in place.
so clutch.
And that's something that Brian Garber has said they've been working on, is Ethan Quinn's backhand slice, but those slices were floating there. They weren't knives through the court. Gave Mensik extra time.
The first break chance of this set belongs to Mensik.
Advantage. Mensik.
Jakub Mensik has handled the change of pace extremely well from Ethan Quinn. He's seen some slice, some flat balls from Ethan Quinn, but he's gotten his feet in position. Mensik, now he's got a break point here.
Game. Mensik. New balls, please.
As Jakub Mensik dug-stead it to 3-1.
Mensik leads by
You know, I just keep
3 games
thinking
to
back
1.
to that run that he had in Miami last year, and obviously the play was spectacular, especially on that backhand wing. But you know, wins over Draper, Fritz, and Novak, but also his ability for him to win all those tie breaks. His ability in the pressure moments, especially at the age of 20, has been so impressive. And another great example of it tonight. When he's needed it, he's found a way.
Yeah, he doesn't blink. He trusts himself. He goes for his target. Jakub Mensik has been up to the task. Ethan Quinn has thrown in some drop shots, some short slices to try to throw some variety at Mensik, but Jakub got up to that one. And that long arm there, getting that volley in play and delivering on the overhead. Nothing has fazed Mensik out here tonight.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through how things have gone here. I think there has only been a singular game that really the performance was not there, and that was the game after he got broken. Quinn missed 1 of 7 first serves in the 4-2 service game. Outside of that, he has just been locked in at that same level throughout this match. Just very little drop-off. Even that game where he was broken, it took Quinn's level to be up at that top.
You know, something that we've noticed from Mensik was it what they've been working on in the offseason. They know that Jakub Mensik is great on those fast points, but it's the ones that are 5+ shots over. They wanted to work on his fitness over the offseason so that he'd be ready to have those extended rallies. And he's done a good job so far of being able to hang in there, Mensik. Right now, 15-30.
There have been some pretty key second serve return misses from Quinn, and that being on the chip forehand is even more inexcusable.
Let Visser.
Well, a couple of errors here in this game from Mensik. A little bit loose. Great chance for Quinn. 2 of 4 on the day. Excuse me, 2 of 5 on the day.
Game. Quinn.
I compliment the level being the same, and we see that drop off from Jakub Mensik. We're back level here in set number 3, 3-2.
So it'll probably take 2 games. He's right there. Physio. Physio, yeah. Just Vaseline. You got Vaseline? Yeah. We just got the physio and he was already
All right, so interesting to see just a little bit of Vaseline there for Quinn, and it's
Coach.
not for a blister or anything. It's actually for the lips of Ethan Quinn. As Thomas Sweeney trying to stretch out the neck as well. Maybe he needs the physio to boot. Both guys trying to hydrate as well quite a bit. That is not a medical timeout that Quinn received. Let's see if he's able to take advantage of the gift that was given to him just a moment ago. Quinn at this stage really has been pretty simple. Find first serves, find forehands if he wants to find a way back into this match. He's also asked for another racket to be restrung as the temperatures do drop just a tad bit here into the night. Quinn at 2-3. For Mensik to boot.
Love 15.
Yeah, that's the kind of rally that I've been talking about that Jakub Mensik is doing a better job of. That 5+. He's been winning the rallies 26 times. Ethan Quinn 17. So Jakub Mensik winning that 5+ rally.
And it just does feel when Mensik kind of loses the plot a little bit and allows Quinn to have 3-4 forehands in a row.
15.
Good things for the American, but that has been the task for Quinn to find that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's almost like sometimes Jakub Mensik forgets the game plan in a way and starts putting balls in the middle of the court, and Ethan Quinn's going to make you pay when you do that.
This has been another bit of an issue here for Quinn, with a little bit of success backing it up. And trouble again. That's interesting to see Mensik stretch out his right quad there. Just have to keep an eye on that. Oh, by the thinnest of margins, that caught the outside of the line. Wow.
Yeah, well, Jakub Mensik in his first round had to beat Pablo Carreño Busta in 5 sets. Second round, Rafael Hodar in 3 sets. So maybe still feeling, you know, when you have a 5-setter in a Grand Slam, that starts to get the body a little wear and tear.
Yeah, efficiency, the name of the game in those first couple of rounds for the seeds. No question about it.
And a better first serve there from Ethan Quinn. Took a little bit off into the body to get that short ball.
40-30.
This is, I think, having watched some of the highlights of Quinn's matches, those wins over Griekspoor and Hurkacz, that backhand was not as much of a weakness. And today, whether it be the footwork, maybe it is a little bit of the heat causing maybe those legs to not fire in the same regard. It just doesn't have that same bite on that wing. Deuce now.
Advantage, Quinn.
Let's finish it right here. Let's finish this game. Let's go, buddy.
It keeps disappearing. It's still way up there, but don't worry about it if it's not in the main spots.
Ethan Quinn asking where the service clock is, and it keeps disappearing from the court, only up top. Oh, a little serving volley play to finish it off. He's been using a few serving volley plays to make an adjustment on Mensik.
3 games on.
Let's go. Nothing for free. Yep. Nothing for free. Make him work his ass off. Yep. Hey, outwork him, man. Outwork him.
Outwork him, says Brad Stein, and I think that's exactly right. I don't know if they might have seen him stretch that right quad, and they probably have the same questions I've been having. Is the physicality a component here for Mensik?
Wait, the receiver was not ready for the serve due to this cheering still going. First serve.
They continued the cheer all over. Yeah, I know. Well, not like this.
So yeah, the cheering was still going on there. Thomas Sweeney having to get involved in this one.
$15 left.
Didn't matter there for Mensik, but as you mentioned, Coach Garber was telling Ethan Quinn, hey, mentally and emotionally, stay stable here.
Yep.
I mean, this is such a long match, 3 out of 5 sets, it's a long ways to go. Coach Brad Stein telling him to outwork Mensik. And typically, in my mind, outworking somebody means just giving more effort with your footwork, making more balls. No loose mistakes like that. Trying to make Mensik work side to side.
First dropper in quite some time from Mensik, but a perfect one.
And yeah, you're right, a perfect time to do it as well. Look how far back Ethan Quinn is there to return that serve. So that opened up the short part of the court. Using the whole geometry there, Mensik.
Oh. 40-50.
Again, I think there is some question about the legs right now for Mensik.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think I've seen he's shaking out the arm after the serve, maybe a little wobbly at times.
Curious decision.
Yeah, and there's that use of the variation with the backhand slice from Ethan Quinn that he's been working on.
40-30.
Just want to change up the pace. So he used a lot of backhand slice and some flat forehands. Mensik bailing out of that play. 18-shot rally.
That's a heck of a second serve for Mensik to dig out of a little spot of trouble. Yeah, Mensik is actually coming over to his team and get a little extra hydration right now. He's got the lead on serve, 4-3.
Time.
Mike Cation, Nick Monroe join you here after 11 o'clock to the sounds of the new Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, Outcast. If only we can get Andre 3000 off of the flute and back to...
I watched them for the first time in Chapel Hill.
Oh,
I was
really?
a freshman in college. Shows how old I am.
Interestingly, regarding hip-hop, Ethan has been learning about hip-hop. He and Brian Garber, his coach, and Evan King, of course, a credible doubles player. They've been working on him, teaching a little bit about the roots of hip-hop, and he's been getting into Nas.
Oh, nice.
Big fan of Nas.
E. King loves his hip-hop as well.
He does.
That's two returns
15.
from Mensik that are just right inside that baseline. Really good depth on both returns. Mensik fist pumping to his camp, saying, I want to get this break right here.
The depth control was there till it wasn't, in real trouble now. Mensik into another return game at 15-30.
Yeah, that was great shot tolerance once again from Mensik, actually sliding into one of those forehands, moving to his right. And you see there Ethan Quinn with a couple less unforced errors, but unforced errors in key moments right now.
Thought he had lost that point twice. Thought the forehand was into the net. And maybe a little bit late preparing for the backhand as a result. Yeah, and listen, you hear it from one end and the other, right? The racket dumped in frustration, and Quinn wanting to meet that emotionally with a let's go as well.
Yeah, Mensik feeling like he was in a great position in this rally, just wanted to stay in a backhand cross court. That's a routine backhand for Mensik. I love how Ethan Quinn's been using that serve and volley play when he's needed a point. He's been showing the ability to come forward, not just serve and play from the baseline. He's looking to make things happen, not waiting for things to happen for him.
Ledvisser.
Thank you. One more ball.
Decent heat there.
Yeah, 7 aces on the match there for Mensik.
Yeah, you talked about that idea, Nick, of him wanting to get better on the longer points, to have this as a resource to get some of these shorter points at this stage of a match. Absolutely a must.
40 love.
Bang, 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 and looks like he's going to be able to flip the pressure really quick.
Yeah, make that eight aces now for Mensik. He typically averaged 12 aces a match, just below his average currently.
Game mentioned.
So quick hold to
Love.
love.
By 5 games to 4.
5-4, deep in the third.
Time.
Well, a lot of shoulder weight right now for Ethan Quinn as he's trying to stay alive in this Australian Open. Meanwhile, Jakub Mensik, 16 seed, looking at that finish line very much in sight. Looking to get into the second week of a slam for the first time in his career. We do have the possibility of some rain in the next few minutes as well. Quinn at 4-5. Some nice touch shown there. Ending with serve and volley in his last service game, starting this one.
Left.
8th of the day for him. 8 apiece at this stage of the match.
Left.
2 for Mensik in the last. 2 for Quinn here.
Quinn.
So much like Mensik just did, right? Now the script gets flipped the other way. It's been a really cool partnership of these two. Again, while Brad Stein has kind of overseen things in many ways, Brian Garber has been with Ethan through some pretty hard times over the last couple of years. That first year out on tour, a challenging one. They've grown together. Mensik, 5-all. What a serve. Incredible angle explored there. Pressure applied when he's able to hit that backhand line. Again, part of the issue there is Mensik expecting that backhand to come cross, so he's half a step late. Level at 9 in that race. Absolute cannon of a forehand. They said simple, and that's about as simple as it gets, right? Return into the body, and bing, bang, boom.
Let's go, bud. Let's go, man. Come on.
Launches a 16th forehand winner. Same air tight to the body. Feet not allowing proper spacing, and Mensik with a game point. This team has been a lot more quiet than that of the Americans.
Let for serve.
Slide away, and Mensik noses back out in front. A little tighter this time, but gets the work done. 6-5 in the third.
Time.
Well, for the second time, Mensik creeps to within 1 game of it. Quinn, of course, in his last, very simple serving, finding a hold to love. Trying to force a second straight breaker. Complete deceleration through that backhand. Caught the line. Yeah. Pressure moment. And up to the task.
Let for serve. $30-15.
Managed to find enough out wide on the ad side here to grab a couple of freebies and a couple of game points as well.
Ethan Quinn.
Second straight set with the tie break.
6 games all tiebreak.
That's just too good, and there's a mini break very quickly. That being said, it was a mini break for Quinn. He had that lead
1-0.
with the mini break 4-3 in the second set breaker as well. So, step one taken care of for the American, but a couple more steps to go. This has traditionally, over the last couple of years, been where Jakub Mensik is so incredibly dangerous in these tie breaks. That mental toughness shines.
Quinn.
Yeah, and again, just allowing a little bit of a moment to get away from him. That's a great return, though. Mensik right into that right hip of Ethan Quinn, and Quinn trying to go pretty big with it. Back level on serve, 2-1. That's really set up by Quinn's ability to get on the outside of the ball on that forehand, pull the hook into the deuce corner to open up that flatter ball. That ball right there is the one that does so much damage, right? It's got weight behind it, and also that ability to pull Mensik off the court. And just that little adaptation to flatten out. Another mini break lead for Quinn. Into double digits is Mensik.
Quinn.
Turn at 4-2. Just as a note, Quinn. If Quinn is able to steal this set here in the breaker, there will not be a break, and that mandatory break in between the third and fourth sets like we had earlier in the day. That heat stress index has dropped below 4, so we will play on, although possible, of course, that one of these two players will take a break off of the court, which is of course allotted to them. Still feels like there's a long way to go in this tiebreak for Quinn. It's not been easy. One more for him at 4-2.
Thank you.
An interesting choice to go second serve and volley. And no joy
4-3.
as Mensik comes up with the goods. Absolute ripper of a return. Back on serve 4-3. Well.
5-3. Quinn.
I feel pretty certain that if Mensik does lose this set, he will be taking a little bit of time away from the court. It's on Quinn's racket. 2 serves for it.
Quinn.
2 guys here with some pretty big serves, and both of them hovering around 50% for this match. Quinn desperate for a couple right here. That body return continues to do a ton of work for Jakub Mensik.
5-all.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Jakub Mensik back against the wall. It's where he's at his best. 2 return winners in this breaker and a match point.
Six-5. Mensik. Game set.
What a way to finish. And Jakub Mensik is into the second week for the first time in his career. Straights 2, 6, and 6. A mental magician is Jakub Mensik, the tiebreak king. Into the 4th round here in Melbourne.